the old Tejuosho market. The NITEL and Defense Headquarters buildings are still fresh in our memory. So, in the midst of these examples, where others have failed, the Lagos State government chose to make a difference by departing from what used to be the habit and restoring the confidence of the weak and delivering a brand new complex. Today is an invitation to witness the inauguration of the redeveloped Tejuosho shopping complex, a validation of the Yoruba parlance which says, Ile Oba Tojo Ewa Lobusi, meaning that ashes often give way to beauty. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see with this edifice, there is truly a blessing in every disappointment. This should therefore be a moment of joyful celebration for not just the Lagos State government, but also the financiers, First Bank of Nigeria, the developers, Stomach Engineering Limited, as well as the movers and shakers of our economy, traders and petty traders, whose daily individual and collective contributions add value to the entire economy of the state. You are the men and women behind the scene whose efforts continue to make Lagos tick in the eyes of the world. Obviously, wise men and women always pitch their tent with the winning team, which we find in the government of Lagos State, whose greatest virtue is that of continuity. Assuredly, more benefits are in the offing waiting to be delivered by this indefatigable government if allowed to continue in the positive trend of moving the state forward. It is on this note that I wish to welcome our team captain, Mr. Babatunde Raji Fashola, Senior Advocate of Nigeria and Governor of Lagos State, and all other highly esteemed guests and stakeholders, not forgetting our dear Iyaloja General and her lieutenant, to this epoch-making
this celebration of yet another landmark in the development of the business landscape, the country's commercial capital. Despite the increasing virtual nature of most commercial transactions, the market as a physical space remains an essential part of our everyday life. It networks for strengthening the bonds of community, and according to the social-cultural significance of the marketplace, it is indeed still a very large and cannot be overemphasized. As we are aware, time in our traditional communities used to be calculated with reference to key market days, particularly in Yoruba. Within this context, markets like Tejuosho have acquired an iconic reputation, always a place to trade, but at the same time, a cultural reference point, celebrated indeed in popular music. In this day, we appreciate the import of today's events. More importantly, it signifies a new dawn the business community in Lagos State and beyond, who are poised to enjoy the convenience and ease of shopping sought to be provided from this awesome facility. It is on this joyous note that I welcome you all on behalf of the board, management and staff of First Bank of Nigeria Limited and the Lagos State government to the launch of the all-new ultra-modern edifice, Tejuosho Shopping Complex. This edifice is a veritable example of how the public-private partnership model can be deployed to provide much needed infrastructure and promote rapid economic growth and prosperity. It is to our pride that, in spite of all challenges, this marketplace is opening ahead of every other one in the neighborhood, and that's the discipline that comes with project implementation and finance that First Bank brought onto the table. What you see here today is the result of a tripartite partnership between the Lagos State government, led by our able governor, Stonebag Nigeria Limited, and First Bank of Nigeria Limited. Our resolve to serve as the sole financiers of this project was born out of the need for rapid reconstruction of a business hub that will serve and continue to serve once again as the economic life wire of a huge population so far and wide. It underlines our commitment to growing the economy through support for economic entrepreneurship and trade development. The Tejuosho shopping complex is comparable to, and in some respects offers much better facilities than any time anywhere in the world, from lifts to escalators, fire stations, standby generators, hospitals to restaurants, car parks to security facilities, banks, and modern facilities management, just to mention but a few. Permit me to also note that the market has about 800 car park spaces available for shoppers. The assigning of electronic tickets to every single vehicle would both ensure a total of the number of cars parked at any given time, whilst also serving to identify individual vehicles in a way that increases security and consequently the overall shopping experience. Indeed, this facility is bound to completely redefine shopping in Lagos. As a larger business hub, its occupants will enjoy increased patronage and customers would enjoy unprecedented levels of shopping experience at the mass market level. Your Excellency, my Governor, ladies and gentlemen, First Bank has taken the lead in the provision of infrastructure financing in Lagos State and across the Federation. We count along with the Tejuosho shopping complex a number of other high-impact infrastructure financing initiatives championed by our bank, including but not limited to Eko Atlantic City, the Adreno Ocean shopping complex in Lagos, the Rego Town in Port Harcourt, the Lagos State Government Infrastructure Bond, and other state bonds, as well as market development projects in Abuja, Owerri, and Port Harcourt. Another interesting aspect of our bank's involvement in the creation of this outstanding infrastructure is that, besides solely financing this project, First Bank is providing substantial mortgage financing for the acquisition of shop spaces and other outlets in this complex. This is for both individual and corporate organizations that qualify as buyers. The financing is targeted at the following set of people: former tenants, owner-occupiers, and landlords. And this is to assist the government in living to its promise of making sure that everybody that has an interest in taking part ownership in this edifice is not disturbed or incapacitated by lack of finance. Interested investors and of course SMEs. We will be offering, and it's available from this moment, would be shop owners generous interest rates on mortgage facilities with an 8-year payback period to acquire shops in this market. You can put us to test. Our staff are on hand to provide the details for all those interested in availing themselves of this investment opportunity. We highly appreciate the cooperation of the government of Lagos State and Stonebag Nigeria Limited as we strive to continue to contribute to the growth and development of Lagos State in particular and Nigeria in general. I thank you for coming.
Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, Honorable Commissioners, members of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Your Highness, the Obas, Chiefs, the Yaba General of Lagos, the Yaba of Lagos, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. All gratitude to the Almighty God who has made today possible. He conceived, executed, and completed this project for the benefit of the good people of Lagos and for mankind. We thank you, God. The projects, these Tejuosho market telephones, all started when the previous old market structure got burned down in December 18, 2007, and causing so much casualty and losses. The hitherto structure had so much challenges, and in fact, trading in it was a nightmare. The current development started when competitive bids were requested for the development through PPP concession, just less than 3 months after the hitherto building got bought, and Stomberg engineering bid was selected and chosen as the best bid. This bid was led by the best in all aspects. In terms of development strategy, by late engineer Dolapo Atino. In terms of financing, by First Bank of Nigeria. In terms of design and management, by the late engineer Babatunde Pinheiro of Big Consult Associates. In terms of construction, by UBA Construction, owned by Mr. Niyo Yedele, one of the best business owners in Nigeria as well. In design, the development has been conceived with utmost focus on ambience, aesthetics, health, safety, and the environment. In terms of facilities, we have 8-number electric lifts from basement to the 3rd floor, 6-number escalators from ground floor to the 3rd floor, 32-number fire hose rings with fire pumps, 1-number fire station, addressable central fires and smoke detector alarms, CCTV and burglar alarms, internet wiring and distribution for POS terminals, 3-number generators of different capacity from 250 kVA, 400 kVA, and 2000 kVA. A total of 206 toilets mechanically ventilated such that the smell and water view is well taken care of. We have 134 public toilets in the main building, 32 private toilets at the common shops and banks, 40 public toilets at the last block, which is the car park block. In total, 206 toilets. We have sewage treatment plants here, and we have built-in split unit AC provision. Each shop has provision for air conditioning. In terms of safety, there are numerous escape routes in the whole building. We have 4-number central core vertical circulation of enclosed staircases and lifts. We have 4-number atrial exposed staircases. We have 2-number central access, 1-number electric escalator access, 4-number external exit stairs. And above all, on every floor we have over 10 exits. We have very wide corridors and atria to ensure daylighting. Should there be any power failure, inside is still bright enough for you to walk around and escape. All the efforts to make this a success today wouldn't have happened if also not for the doggedness of the First Bank of Nigeria PLC, led by Mr. Olabisi. I have several meetings with the executive government and the executive council to find solutions to different problems that we got embarked with on the project. We also wish to acknowledge the efforts of the State House of Assembly. The story of this development will be complete without the mention of the ED CBG, Mr. Tokumba Bill. He personally challenged us from inception to speed up and to ensure quality. We would also love to mention the efforts of Mr. Kehinde Lawansi, Engineer Babatunde Pinheiro, Mr. Deji Abisola. Your Excellency, the Governor, the Commissioner, Your Highness, the Obas, Chiefs, the Yaba of Lagos, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Modern Tejuosho market, the first retail market of its kind and size in Africa.
ìlérí tó ṣe fún wa ní pé tí a bá máa sanwó ṣọ́ọ̀bù a máa san tá a bá ti san $1 million a máa san yòókù díẹ̀díẹ̀ ọdún mẹ́jọ àwa la ní ṣọ́ọ̀bù.
I humbly stand out on behalf of Southeast Igbo, the Babakaya events, an umbrella body comprising of 58 major Igbo trading community here in Lagos. We are here because we love identifying with good thing. His Excellency, in no doubt, has proven beyond reasonable doubt that of the truth is a man of people. Is a governor considered to be number one governor in the entire nation of Nigeria. Is a quintessence of good governance. His project oriented and his people's government. Please put your hands together for him. Of course, I say other people observe, knowing fully well his feat could have been possible without the enviable and pragmatic acts of his lieutenants. Yes, I am here because by the grace of God, I was chosen by the people who are synonymous with trading, who are the hotbed of the commerce of this great nation called Nigeria. Because not just born into a trading family, grew up with that, and I've been able to know what happens within that temple. And today, because what we are experiencing today has never taken place, not just in Nigeria, but in entire Africa. When we had our own built ICC at the complex, by now who you know, we felt the best has happened without knowing that best is yet to come. I want to implore my fellow traders, especially those who are trading here, to ensure that the fullest cooperation is given to the government of Lagos State, so that they can make maximum use of this wonderful edifice. Without cooperation, business will not thrive. Ladies and gentlemen, for time constraint, I want to inform our fellow traders, time has come when all of us will see the need for synergy. We see the need to come together, work as a body, and collaborate and cooperate with the government, so that as we give them, they also give us back. What am I saying in fact? We get nothing from fighting the government, but we get a lot cooperating with the government, knowing you can achieve anything with that government. Therefore, I want to say that today's occasion, our involvement will bring a total new dawn in the leadership of those in the theatre of training and of course the government of Lagos State. And I want to show us by the involvement of this great union called Southeast Igbo. Your Excellency, before you know it, before you know it, there are going to be real scarcity. Because this morning I tried to inquire, do we still have spaces?
The answer was yes. I put it to you. By the time you ask another question of this kind, tomorrow or next, the answer will be there's no more space. Because the people who are not telling are not.
Àwọn tó parapọ̀ tí wọ́n jẹ́ kí ìlú Èkó tẹ̀síwájú, tí wọ́n jẹ́ kọmíṣọ́nà, tí wọ́n bá ọlọ́lá jùlọ wa ṣiṣẹ́, títorí pé Yorùbá ní ìdí kan ò lè dágbó ṣe. Mo kí àwọn bàbá wa Chief Mọ́ládé Ọkọ̀yà Thomas. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn lọ́balọ́ba tó wà ń kalẹ̀ àti olóyè tó wà ń kalẹ̀, the white cap chiefs of Lagos. Mo kí gbogbo yín, mo kí ìyálóde. Mo wá kí gbogbo àwọn ọlọ́jà. Mo kí sísí mi. Sísí mi, she is my special Susie. Mi wọ́n kọ fún wọn. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó ń wáyà ẹwà kalẹ̀ torí mo fẹ́ gba aṣọ lórí wọn. Mélèkọ̀ yíyó, mélèkọ̀ yíyó, mélèkọ̀ yí sọ́jà. Mélèkọ̀ yíyó, mélèkọ̀ yíyó, mélèkọ̀ yí sọ́jà. Olómi láṣọ dáná bò mí. Mélèkọ̀ yí sọ́jà o. Solo. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn mi nínú ọjà pátápátá. Sísí mi ẹ kú oríire èyí. Mo bá yín dúpẹ́ Ọlọ́run torí ẹ̀mí tó rí bẹ̀rẹ̀ òun náà lórí òpin ẹ̀. Àwa kẹ́dùn pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn wa tó rí bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ yìí tí Ọlọ́run ò fún wọn ní àǹfààní láti rí òpin. Ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ dẹrẹ̀ fún wọn. Ọlọ́run á dáwọ́ ìdí dúró nínú ìdílé wọn àti ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó pátápátá. Ní orúkọ gbogbo ọlọ́jà Tejuosho, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gómìnà wa. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀, ẹ kú ìmú àdéhùn ṣẹ. Ọlọ́run ọba ò ní jẹ́ ká ẹ lọ́lẹ̀ láéláé. Ìta ẹgbẹ́ dání tẹ́tí sọ̀kalẹ̀ yìí. Ọlọ́run á mú yín sọ̀kalẹ̀ láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà. Ìgbà tẹ́yìn bá wá fi àdàgbà ètò náà rọ̀, ẹni tó máa gbà lọ́wọ́ yín á jẹ́ ẹni tó máa tẹ̀síwájú nínú iṣẹ́ rere ẹ bá ti fẹ́. Ọlọ́run á fún wa ní gómìnà tí ó máa tún ní ìfẹ́ ènìyàn, tí á jẹ́ asọ̀rọ̀ tó mú àdéhùn ṣẹ. Ọlọ́run nìkan ni asọ̀rọ̀ wáyé o, ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run á tún bá wa fún gómìnà ní tó bá ń bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ náà láti jẹ́ kí ìfẹ́ ènìyàn kó jọba lóhùn àyà wọn bó ṣe jọba lóhùn àyà òfin. Ìmọ̀ràn mi sí gbogbo wa àwọn ọlọ́jà Tejuosho, ó ní wọ́n ti gbé kalẹ̀ fún wa yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká rí i pé a kó ipa tiwa. Ìjọba ti ṣe tiwọn fún wa. Ó kù sí wa lọ́wọ́ láti jẹ́ kí ó ṣe dúró dáadáa yìí kó máa dúró dáadáa sí i. Ìmọ́tótó ló borí àrùn mọ́lẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bọ́yá ṣe borí ooru. Ẹ jẹ́ kí ìmọ́tótó àyíká yìí kó jẹ wá lógún. Owó orí wa ara iṣẹ́ tó ṣe yìí yàtọ̀ fún pé First Bank ní support wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sanwó orí wa. Ìjọba ṣe tèmi, kí ìṣojú ṣe tèmi, kẹ́yìn ṣe tèmi, kí ìjọba náà ṣe fún wa. Ó ní ìjọba alágbádá tó ṣe.
Ara tẹ́tí fi APC dání ẹ̀ aláṣìwà wáyé. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, my partner, Princess Adejoke Orelope Adefudere, members of the State Executive Council, our developmental partners, Mrs. First Bank PLC, Stromberg Engineering Limited, Your Royal Highnesses, White Cap Chiefs, representatives of the Yaba of Lagos, market men and women, our brothers and sisters who have chosen to live and to prosper with us, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. As we gather today to commemorate a milestone event in public-private partnerships in Nigeria, it is important to look back to acknowledge the roles of those who sadly are no longer with us. We must remember today a great public servant, a gallant fire officer who braved the odds to enter this building when it was gutted by fire on the 17th of December 2007. He went inside to save people, to save property, and tragically, while he ensured that there was nobody trapped in the market at the time, and while he and his colleagues were battling to put out the fire, one of the concrete beams in the building collapsed and fell on him. He never made it. Many are alive, property saved today because that gallant fire officer died in this place. Today we remember him, remember his family, remember his children. We remember Mr. Olusegun Kilansho. May his soul continue to rest in perfect peace. In the aftermath of the structural failure of this market as it then was, our government was advised that it would be unsafe to continue to allow business to go on. Very painful but necessary decision to save lives by bringing down the market and rebuilding it. That wasn't within our contemplation at the time because it was the other half of Tejuosho which we had committed to our people that was the uppermost project on our mind at that time. So we had that decision to make. Thankfully, we found the courage to make that decision. And because of our commitment to promoting private entrepreneurship, we put out bids for the reconstruction of the market, which bid was ultimately won by Stromberg Engineering Limited. But just as the market was about coming to conclusion, Mr. Dolapo Timo, who was the alter ego of that company, sadly passed on and left us. I'm told that his wife is here, and Madam, we sympathize with you. We thank you for coming. We know that you cannot hold your husband in your arms again, but we believe that you will hold the memory of what he committed to building in your heart, and that God will continue to console you. Our government salutes his contribution, and we salute his partnership. In the same way that we acknowledge and salute the contribution of late Engineer Yaba who also passed on during the construction period. Now, I'm sure that all of them would have been proud to see this building. And therefore, with what they have done, with the courage they have given us, we will move forward to make sure that they did not die in vain. Permit me to also acknowledge the service of the first governor of Lagos State, my illustrious predecessor, Brigadier General Mobolade Johnson, who in his far-sighted thinking at the time he served as governor, commissioned the original Tejuosho market as the most modern market for Lagos in 1975. His leadership and that of those who followed him have been a great source of inspiration to us, never to give up when there are problems. That inspiration continues to drive us to this day, to fulfill the promise made to traders and to entrepreneurs, to market men and women like our dear Mama, who daily drive our state and national economy, that they will get a bigger, a better, and a more modern market. What we hand over today is only phase 1 of the redevelopment of Tejuosho market. By the time we open and hand over phase 2, which is also completed, their combined capacity will make them the biggest retail outlet in the whole of Africa. But our work here will not end with building the markets alone. I can tell you very confidently today that the design for the Red Line Light Rail project, which will run parallel to the rail line at Yaba from Ido to Ogun State, has been completed. When we complete the blue line, which we are currently constructing from Ogumaiko to Marina, work will start on the red line to make Tejuosho a real destination where people can arrive and depart and shop by rail. The work for the radical renewal of the infrastructure of Lagos is a long-term plan, and it is driven by a far-sighted vision and pursued by a thoroughly committed public service that will ensure that it is delivered whether I am here or not. The plan has been laid, the vision is shared, and the commitment is real. It will require only 2 things for you to ensure that vision becomes a reality. First, it will require you to continue to pay your taxes. Secondly, it will also require you to continue to vote to keep the Progressive Party, the All Progressive Congress in power, to continue its people-oriented policies for the development of the state. Tẹ́ ẹ bá ti rí umbrella lójú wàhálà lẹ̀ lórílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà, àti tó ti ya àti tó kù díẹ̀ tó kó ya òun gbọ́ngbọ́n ní wàhálà. But for now, it suffices to say to you that this new market has the following facilities, some of which have been shared with us: 2,640 lock-up shops. Now, if you remember the old market, it had 1,184. So we have more than double what was here before in terms of lock-up shops. Now, I don't recall that the old market had any key clamps. It was later we started putting attachments and called them key clamp in the area that was meant for parking. But because we see that those small outlets were important to small traders, the enumeration we did at the time showed that there were 533 of those key clamps created within the old parking area. But we have purpose designed in this new market key clamps, and we have provided 1,251 instead of 533 that was in the old market. Of course, we now have banking spaces. You have 14 food court spaces. You have 8 lifts to enable goods and services to move up and people. You have 2 escalators to enable people go up and down the front flight without climbing very steep steps. You have 2 ramps designed to assist physically challenged people to get into and out of the building. And you have a creche where nursing mothers can attend and keep their children while they are training. Of course, we have also learned from the incident that caused the disaster, so there is a dedicated fire service station there to ensure, and there are fire fighting systems that have also been built into the market. While the old market was designed for a limited number of shops, as I said, unauthorized extensions were created in the area reserved for parking and other services. Now, we will now have a dedicated car park for about 800 vehicles. And so, my first hope is that there will be no illegal spaces and concessions created in this market again. Those who try to create it must face resistance by those who are the owners of this market who do business here. There must be no illegal extension. Anytime you see it, you tell us, let us know, we will come and remove it. It remains for me to show appreciation to Mrs. First Bank PLC and the leadership, especially through Mr. B.C. Adosanya, for providing the financing support for project construction and for agreeing to our request to provide mortgages for small owners to pay for their shops gradually and over time. And that is what he has offered today publicly, that it will take 8 years for you to fully pay for it. And 1,105 people to already make their equity contributions, so they are ready to begin this new experience of property ownership. I want to thank all the traders for their patience and for their understanding during the construction exercise. There were many lessons that we also had to learn. So, and lessons that we will take into the development of other projects that will make them even more efficient and certainly better. Let me especially thank Mama Dosumu. She was the project engineer, the project supervisor, the architect, and the project planner herself. Mama Esegoni, Eko Adroti, Eko Wage, Ejoko Mama, Eko Wage, pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́, bẹ́ẹ̀ ti wá lè pẹ́ tó ojú yóò ní rí búrú. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ti lè pẹ́ tó àwọn ọmọ yìí lọ́nà máa fi ṣaṣọ búra fún yín lọ́jọ́ ìkẹyìn. Ẹkú rọ̀jú, ó ti dùn báyìí, ṣùgbọ́n iṣẹ́ náà ò tí ì tán. Àwọn fẹ́ ra ṣọ́ọ̀bù pọ̀ ju àwọn tó wà ní tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ. Fúwádìí ṣiṣẹ́ ni ó máa wá òun àti deputy governor lọ́ máa wà ní òkókó àti rí pé àfẹnikẹ́ni sílẹ̀. Wọ́n á máa bá yín ṣe létòlétò. Ìyálọ́jà náà mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín, Chief Mrs. Fọláṣadé Tinubu Òjó. Ẹkú akitiyan ẹkú múlẹ́rọ́ fún màmá. Ó dá mi lójú pé màmá kan ń rí wa, wọ́n ń wò wá, inú wọn á dẹ̀ máa dùn. Tọ́ bá dẹ̀ ń jó bí tọ́ wà, ó dá mi lójú pé màmá ti mú jó. Your Excellency Deputy Governor, very well done. Honourable Commissioner for Physical Planning and all the construction team, thank you, very well done. I believe that your experience in this new market will prove to you first that the wait was worthwhile, and secondly that this government and our party cares for you and will do its best to deliver on promises that we make to you. In order to facilitate access of your customers into the market, we have had to carry out an extensive repair of the Tejuosho road and the Yaba road, which were damaged during construction. So our work was not limited to just building a market. We were thinking ahead for you that if we build this market, all your customers must have an easy access in and an easy access out. All is now well that has ended well. I urge you, as Yaloja General has reiterated, to keep the market clean. Use the allotted spaces for parking and not for trading, so that traffic can move. So in this market, a parking space is a parking space, it is not a trading place. Indeed, if you think about it, it is moving traffic that will help to bring more enthusiastic customers to you. Because if people can't get here, they won't come here. So you have a role to play in ensuring that traffic moves. And as more people come here, it can only bring on multiple prosperity. I congratulate all of you today as we declare open the new Tejuosho market phase 1 which I now declare open for business. May all those who do business here continue to prosper. All the traders, those who can hear me, who cannot hear me, I cannot say this in any other language. Mo yọ̀ fún yín, mo yọ̀ fúnra mi, mo yọ̀ fún ìlú Èkó. Èkó ò ní bàjẹ́ o. It is now my pleasure to declare the new Tejuosho Green Market is open, and I pray all those who do business here. Wow.
So on the entrance floor we have textiles, we have jewelry, we have IT, and then we have general goods just over there. This is actually textile materials and postage. There's an IT, the seats, the escalators that we have. Everything that is so planned for shoppers convenience to make sure that there are no issues about management of the facilities.
What's the difference? Escalation now. They won't go carry lift.
It's up. We go through the escalators now to the floor.
More people number. Lift it together. Okay, long.
Baby products and home furnishings. This is we actually provided offices.
We're going to the car park.